EA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to Gillette Stadium in Foxborough, Mass. Today we've got a Week 5 matchup in store here, as it'll be the New Orleans Saints taking on the New England Patriots. The first quarter of the season already in the rearview mirror, and off we go in Week 5 on EA Sports. Marcus Jones going to elect to bring this one out. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards.
Let's go now.
Now a play fake here on first down. And this one too low. Now you look at the Saints defense. This crew against the pass, issues at times, ranked number 24, Charles, in the NFL.
They're in the bottom 10 in the league. I mean, when you look at their talent, you would think that they'd be much better. Overall, I don't think there's any question you'd have to say that they've underachieved.
A 1,000-yard rusher a year ago. Here's Ramondre Stevenson. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
And this opening drive not going to plan. This is now 3rd and 13. He'll look to throw. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
That was their first third down try of the game, and clearly something was off in the execution of that play. Good news, they've got a whole game left to clean that up and start clicking on those key third down throws.
So on 4th down, here's Bryce Baringer on to punt for the Patriots. Deep for New Orleans is Rashid Shaheed. Fielded at the 20. A big boot that time. 57 yards the official distance. And the Saints will take over with a first down and 10. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. Now a 2nd and 10. They'll look to throw here. It gets this complete to Shaheed. Oh, nifty juke there.
Not much fun for a guy trying to tackle him.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. The catch and run, good for 24 yards.
Of course, the catch was nice, but how about what happened after? Able to stay on his feet and gain all that additional yardage. So many of these slot guys, I think, have running back in their background.
Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. The Pats are going to get there. Down he goes. Marcus Jones in there to bury him for a loss of 11.
The lessons will continue, but this rookie, he's got to learn how to read situations just a little bit better. That far behind the line, he's got to find a way to get rid of the football and not take the sack, whether it's with his legs or just throwing it away.
And going deep for Hill. Toward the sideline, intercepted. Picked up by Jonathan Jones. And the Patriots force the turnover. They'll take over at the 10.
Well, it certainly felt like he was going to challenge this defense no matter what, and he stepped up and tried to throw it to the outermost edge of the zone coverage, and they were more than ready for him. The problem now is if they are limited in what they're doing throwing the football, they got to figure out how to move it without being able to throw it to the outside and throw it downfield.
Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
Throw left side complete. That's Douglas. And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. Rookie to rookie on the hook up there, and it's a first down. Back to throw. The throw led him too much that time. It's incomplete. The Patriots had 2-2 through the first 4 weeks of the season, and they come in feeling pretty good after back-to-back victories, CD.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. This one left side caught by Gibson. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. They get 6. That'll leave him with 3rd and 4.
And I like the idea here. Get the ball in his hands, even if it's in the passing game. 3 catches a week ago, and he does a nice job here to pick up yardage.
Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he will have a Patriots first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Would it be safe to say that as precise as routes are supposed to be run in the NFL, maybe they're not quite as precise in college ball?
That's accurate, yeah.
And I think we saw a college route in the NFL there. Just find the soft spot, find the dead zone, and find the first down. And that's what he just did.
This duo locked in, 14 yards there, and a first down. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. He'll dump this down to Stevenson. They'll give him 4 yards there, and it's 2nd down. When you look at the Saints defense, now they're squarely in the middle of the pack against the run this year, number 16 in the NFL.
And being able to set the tone early in this game, because when you get down to it, it's that sign that we saw in their football facility when we visited with them. The one that said no explosives, no big plays, no trunk plays. That's what they've got to take care of.
Anytime they think they've got him open beyond the markers, you know they're going to throw it his way. And that's not going to change even after that incompletion was forced.
So 3rd down, they need to get to the 28 for a first. Back to throw again. Hard throw, incomplete.
Well, it certainly appears that they're going to try and keep getting him the football. That's the 3rd time they've looked in his direction. Unfortunately, haven't completed one yet, but I'm not sure they're going to shy away from him. They feel like they've got something there, and they want to capitalize.
I think you're right. We're only in the first quarter, so a lot of opportunities ahead. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
Now this will be returned from deep in the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, only gave up 3 points off of that, so it shouldn't be a difficult hole to overcome.
It really shouldn't, as long as they're not listening to the chatter coming from the other side, because when you throw a pick, look, I know defensive backs, they have a tendency to be a little bit loud after they take one away, but they also have a tendency to gamble a little bit more, thinking they'll get a second one. Maybe they can take advantage of that with some double moves.
From the 22 now, here's 2nd down and 7. Now the Saints' 3rd-round pick back in April. It's Kendre Miller. And not much doing there. Maybe a yard up to the 23. This defense for the Patriots, they were very good in the win over Dallas a week ago.
And the big difference in the ball game, their ability to force turnovers, 3 of them in fact. Being able to take the ball away, give it back to their offense, that's something that's emphasized each and every week, and they carried it out.
Now the throw on 3rd down, knocked away and incomplete.
That certainly looks like nothing to show now from these first 2 possessions, and guess what? When you're on a losing streak, that can lead to a full sense of, here we go again. So on the sidelines,
The offensive play callers, quarterback, they've got to get together and dial something up to start their next drive. Otherwise, it could be a long game.
And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. And just a 30-yard punt that time. And the Patriots will have great starting position as they take over 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, it's Gibson. And some room to run now. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Patriot touchdown. Antonio Gibson, his 2nd rushing touchdown on the year. And the Patriots are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
Well, earlier in the week when they had their scouting report meeting, this was the explosiveness that they talked about trying to contain. They were concerned about it all week, yet he still did it to them. Wonder how that's going to carry over the rest of the game.
Extra point by Ryland, up and good. And the lead grows to 10-0. So an early 10-0 lead for them now as they kick it away. And from back there, a wise move. He'll just sit on this one, and it'll come out to the 25. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. Still in the first half, but this offense has struggled. Haven't really been able to get anything going, not only in the points category, but in the yards category. Let's see if they can do better here on this drive. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
On 2nd down, here's Miller. And able to stay on his feet past the 30 to about the 33-yard line. It's a gain of 6, moves him to a manageable 3rd and 2 situation.
That was a good run, and it got to the 2nd level. And what I mean by that is that's where the linebackers usually play. First level being the defensive front, last level being the secondary. But the strong safety position ended up making the tackle, and oftentimes we call them a hybrid. Combination defensive back, combination linebacker. We saw the linebacker make the stop.
They'll try to run for it with Miller. Trucks over him. That's a good acceleration there as he's across midfield to the 48-yard line. That good for 19 and a 1st down. Saints. 10-0 the score after 1 on EA Sports. The Saints with a football here to begin quarter number 2 as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Open man left side. Shaheed has it. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards. And that's going to bring up 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 3 at the 41-yard line.
Here we go. Here we go.
They'll drop to throw. Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. It's Kyler Duggar who picks it.
A tough adjustment to the NFL throughout his rookie season, and his problem with turnovers is only exacerbated by his early showing today. That's a couple for him here in this first half, and he's cleared the double-digit mark for the entire season.
The Pats at the line, ready to go. They got the ball now following a big play, keeping the other guys out of the end zone. Now they'll start deep in their own territory, 1st and 10. And the drive starts with a carry by Stevenson. And he's going to get this from the 6 out to the 12. A pickup of 6 as they double their workspace.
Well, I think after that run, the defense is getting back in the huddle and looking at each other and maybe starting to question their confidence a bit. They gave up a significant run, 6 yards, and now you're saying to yourself, how do we stop them, and do I have enough confidence to make a play?
Here now, 2nd and 4. On play action, they'll throw. On the move to his left. Short pass caught by Henry. And able to get this one out just shy of the 25 at the 24. His first catch of the game, good for 11 and a first down.
Henry gets him the first down there, and he has steadily made a career of being the guy that gets you dependable yardage. Always in that 500 to 600-yard range. He's hoping to jump that up even more this season.
They'll try a little trickery here on the end around. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. The end result, 21 yards.
This is one of those plays that has an equal chance of either being a big gain or a big loss, but with the college influence, we're seeing more of these plays come into the NFL.
They go play action here on 1st down. Open man downfield, that's Smith-Schuster. And he'll be ridden out of bounds all the way down at the 15-yard line. A big change in field position there. That's 40 yards on the catch and run.
This offense is looking very comfortable here in this first half. Very relaxed, very smooth, very efficient. No wasted motions. Things are definitely going their way, and they continue to move the ball downfield.
Stevenson now on 1st and 10. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. The defense showing some anger after giving up the big play. This time they'll lose 1 or 2.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Open man is Osborne. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And that'll bring up a 3rd down. This drive, it's been a good mix. 3 passing plays, 3 runs, hitting on all 3 of those passes, and the last one putting him in the red zone.
So wouldn't you think play action right here? Because you've got the ability and had the ability to run it and throw it. Go play action and take your shot at the end zone.
Play number 7 now coming up on the drive. 3rd and 5. He'll drop to throw. Got his tight end. That's complete. That's Henry. And this will not be enough. On 3rd and 5, he only gets 3.
A short game that doesn't get them the first down brings up a 4th down situation.
Really nice job defensively. They knew where the sticks were. They got the stop before it. The offense staying out. They're going to go on 4th and 2. Back to throw here. And he is caught. And he takes this down to about the 2 before going out of bounds. They opt to go for it, and they get it. 1st and goal after a pickup of 5. 4th and 2, they got it. That was kind of that gray area. Is that a feel thing, whether you go run or pass there offensively?
I think it's a feel thing. It's a tendency thing about what you like to do yourself on offense, as well as knowing how strong they are against the run on defense. Got to make a decision, and they made the correct one.
2nd and goal, and they will try again from the 2-yard line. The play action fake. They'll look to throw. They'll roll him out right. Under pressure now, and he's going to go down. Sacked back around the 8. And not a good time for the sack on 2nd and goal. A loss of 6. And now it's 3rd down. They'll set up to throw. Steps away to his left. And he's in. Touchdown, Patriots. A great effort there with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Patriots go coast to coast and finish the drive off with 6 points. Now Ryland for the PAT. He's got it, and it's 17-0. The kicking unit out for the Patriots as they send this one away. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback.
Let's go.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the 2nd quarter, but you're down.
You don't want to.
Well, no, but let me finish.
Okay.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
Down.
A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
Ready.
On 1st down, he'll drop to throw. Throw out wide is incomplete.
Well, this defense is certainly organized and playing off of each other because the rush is providing pressure and the coverage is forcing incompletions and capitalizing on mistakes. When you get every level on defense hitting at once, you get first-half scores just like this one.
On the ready.
Here's 2nd and 10.
Jack rep.
Looking to throw. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Well, this is a half where not just the coverage, but the entire defense is setting the tone in this game.
So now 3rd and 10. They had the big play to start the drive, but 2 incompletions since. They'll look to throw. And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. Certainly not what he was hoping for, Charles. That's now 3 interceptions in this ball game.
But there's a lot of knowledge to be gleaned every time you throw an interception if you do things the right way. And
Hasn't there been a pretty darn good quarterback along the way who threw a lot of interceptions early, learned from them, and became great later?
Who would that be?
That'd be one Peyton Manning. Threw 28 his rookie year. That's the NFL record. How'd things turn out for him?
I think okay. He's a guy in all the commercials now, right?
Yeah, I think he's doing okay.
They lose the yardage, and of course they also lose the down on the grounding call, and it's quickly 2nd and long. They'll set up a throw. They set up the screen for Stevenson. He's got room at the 30. And down to the 20 he'll go before heading out of bounds. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football.
And that's going to be caught for a Patriot touchdown. Antonio Gibson with his 2nd touchdown of the game, 4th of the year. And the Patriots continue to pull away here in this first half. Extra point by Ryland, up and good. And the route is on here in this first half.
Saints nothing.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And he'll be out of bounds across the 25.
The Saints take over 1st and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
Here we go.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
And this Patriot defense up to the challenge once more as they again stop him behind the line. He lost 4 there, and it's 3rd down.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long. Now back to throw. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining here in the 2nd quarter.
And I don't think there's any question that this offense is going to need to hit on a few more plays like this. It's been a difficult first half for them, to say the least. And I do believe if they want to get back in this game, they need to start right now. It's kind of like making adjustments. If you try and wait until the half, it's probably too late. They need to get going right here.
Ready, break.
2nd and 10.
Ready.
He'll look to throw. That'll be taken in by Shaheed. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. That one good for 20 on the catch and run.
Now that's the kind of big play you'd like to see. This first half, it hasn't gone their way, and they could use a shot in the arm, something to perk them up a bit. And they get one here in the passing game.
Set, ready.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
Hut, hut.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Downfield, and he's got Olave. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see.
Here we go. Set.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10.
Black shot. Set.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. That is caught by Olave. Touchdown, New Orleans. A great play there. in the final seconds of the first half. And the Saints are able to cut into this lead in the final seconds of the first half. So on this drive, the rookie leads him into the end zone, Charles, and that helps cancel out the points that were created on the previous drive when he threw the interception.
Yeah, let's give some credit to this rookie, because instead of hanging his head after his mistake leads to a touchdown, he comes back out and he's firing and made up for it right there. A well-executed series that helps reestablish some confidence in him to run this offense.
So 6 seconds, all that remains of this first half as the kick is away. And he'll elect not to run with it. The fair catch will move this out to the 25-yard line. New England with a first down as they begin the drive. And only 6 seconds on the clock, so time likely for just one play. This one to Bourne, and he's got it. And they work this well upfield across the 45. That's it for the first half. 2 more quarters to go. We'll have plenty more to see after the break. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. The Saints going to go on offense first, and they trail here as we begin quarter number 3. And this is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22.
The Saints take over first and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
Let's go now.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. And you have to think, Charles, down 3 scores already. They need to play an almost perfect second half to have a solid chance.
And that absolutely
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked up by the Michigan man, Jabril Peppers. And he brings it back to right around the 26-yard line. That one is going to sting. First play of the 3rd quarter and a turnover.
And you have to know that at halftime, they spent a lot of time going through their checklist of what they wanted to accomplish to start this 3rd quarter. Turning it over like this was not on that list.
Not at all. And you come out of the locker room trailing, so that first drive to establish momentum is very key.
Crucial.
But now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. Once again, they'll come up on the 26-yard line, 2nd and 10. They're going to look to throw. He finds Douglas complete. They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6.
Simple drag route here, lined up out left and tried to work his way back across the field. You probably saw me twitch there, partner, because I think he wanted the ball a little bit sooner. By the time he looked it in, defender was right on him.
Out of the gun now on 3rd down. That's out to the flat for Gibson. That he's brought down short. 2 yards there, needed 4.
How about that strategy there, Brandon? 3rd down, they just said, we've got faith in our tacklers. We'll give you the short stuff, and just decided to protect the sticks. So every time I hear fans telling me tackling's not a part of the game anymore, plays like that, I can clip and save and show them you have to tackle well if you want to be a good defense.
They'll look to throw again. He's got his target. That's complete. And he will reach the 5-yard line before going out of bounds. Some collective exhales over there on the sideline. A big pickup through the air on 4th down to bring up 1st and goal.
First and goal at the 5-yard line.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
When defenses get to the quarterback that quickly, a lot of times it's called a jailbreak. It wasn't quite that fast, but fast enough that he had no time to look downfield and set himself to throw the ball. And as he tried to do that, he was hit and forced an incompletion.
And he's going to get him about 3 yards closer. He's down to about the 2. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this.
Touchdown! K.J. Osborne, his first touchdown on the year. And the Patriots use the short field to get in for 6. So they're able to capitalize there on the short field, and that might prove to be the score that turns out the lights.
The party's over. Oh, sorry about that. That's an old reference there, folks. But, yeah, they've been the better of the two teams by far, and that's great complimentary football right there. Defense gets the turnover, sets up the short field, and the offense goes right out and scores to open up a pretty sizable lead.
The kicking unit out for the Patriots as they send this one away. Well, from deep in the end zone, he's going to bring this out. And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled at the 15.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles, if they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback. And now here is another interception. Marcus Jones picks it. And a super return as he gets us all the way down inside the 25-yard line. Well, there's two sides to this coin. I mean, on one side, 5 interceptions now thrown for him. That's tough. But, man, this defense, they have been ball hawking and impressive. But, Charles, let's flip it back over. If you're coaching a quarterback that's struggling this much at this stage of the game, do you maybe try to get him out?
I would think about it, and I think about it awfully hard, but also you might want to look into his eyes, see what he has. He might be one of those players that you don't want to affect his confidence by actually pulling him out of the game. So you have to know your player, you have to know the situation.
Stevenson. And just a short gain that time as they're able to get him down. Only a yard on the pickup there. 2nd and goal.
And now defensively, you have to look at this like the game's on the line. It's just the 3rd quarter, but another touchdown given up here could really spell an end to their chances. So they need to toughen up and keep them out of the end zone.
Back to throw. Toward the pylon, but it's incomplete.
That's a good decision there. He was looking, and he was looking, but the coverage was excellent. Nice job to get rid of it and try and find something better on 3rd and goal. He didn't let that clock accelerate and force him into an error.
They'll run with Stevenson. And that one going nowhere from the start as he's met in the backfield and goes backwards. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1.
There have not been a lot of great moments for this defense throughout this game. Finally, they have one they can hang their hat on. A nice stop there.
And his kick is good. And that will extend their lead even further. So they got the turnover, started with great field position, but in the end, the defense able to hold firm, and they only get 3 out of it.
And I like what you said right there. That defense able to hold firm, backed up into the shadow of their own end zone. Goalpost right behind them. They had to make sure they didn't give up the 6. And, boy, they came through in a big way. To them, even though they gave up 3, that's a win for their side.
The Saints take over 1st and 10 at their own 17-yard line.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here, maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about that because it has been pretty clear who the better team has been in this one. And in a league that we talk about every game being a one-score game as we go into it,
watching this blowout, let's just say it's been unusual.
So the failure to connect on second down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8. He's got his running back out of the backfield. And he is going to have a Saints first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Well, maybe this offense has learned something from watching their counterparts work. I'm wondering if their coaching staff said, let's do what they've been doing the entire game, because that's worked well. This offense, they have not looked particularly good all game long. But a nice throw there for a good gain and a first down.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. A 2nd and 10 now. 3rd quarter action from Foxborough. Back to throw again. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on. So they take the flag and the yardage that comes with it.
On the set.
They go play action here on first down. It's caught inside the 25. And he will go out of bounds down at the 15-yard line. A big-time play there for New Orleans. 45 yards. So after the big play, look at this, all the way down at the 15 now on 1st and 10. Slant pass complete to Olave. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And they'll be left with a 2nd and about a foot.
Even against double coverage, he found enough of an opening for a noticeable gain. 2 guys on him, yet he finds a way to uncover downfield for the completion.
Inside handoff now, Miller. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. And they're going to speed things up here.
1st and goal, New Orleans.
52 blaster. Ultra. Go out. Steal. Check steal. Cut.
Miller is not going to get a whole lot. Maybe a yard down to the 3. Only a yard that time. 2nd and goal.
Every team we ever talk to that continues to run the ball in a game, even when they haven't had much success, all talks about attrition, don't they? If you keep running it, eventually good things are likely to happen. It's been a hard go in this game today, hasn't it?
Yeah, this defense, they met pretty much every challenge in front of them this afternoon.
They're still trying to run the ball, but they're not finding much space.
They'll try to punch it in with Miller. And he takes it across and into the end zone. Touchdown, Saints. Kendre Miller. A 3-yard touchdown run. And the Saints are able to cut into this deficit here in the final minute of the 3rd. So, partner, it was a passing game that drove them down the field, but when they get close, they trust that man in the backfield, and he took them home.
And they trust their offensive line as well, because so many of these units, they specialize in either pass protection or run blocking. This group shows its versatility and gets both done on this drive.
I guess the last score wasn't enough for them. They want more. Here comes an onside kick. And this is secured by the Patriots. The risk reward of the onside kick. When you don't get it, the risk comes out to play, and here they gave up great field position.
And that's the key to everything, because you're trying your best to press advantages when you have them. And field position leads you to that type of play calling, and whether you want to blitz or whether you want to throw the ball deep, those types of things. Now that they've given up that type of field position, the advantage is switched to their opponent.
A give up the middle to Gibson. 57 yards rushing for him now to this point.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
Second down and a little more than a yard here. They'll send a receiver here in motion right. 2nd and 1. Oh, he's trying for Smith-Schuster, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Marshawn Lattimore. And the Saints are going to take possession here at their own 16-yard line.
They'll take over first and 10 at their own 16-yard line.
And this should be the final play before the quarter ends.
Ready?
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And my goodness, another interception. Marcus Jones picks it. So it'll be a change of possession on the turnover when we get back. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Foxborough. We get set for the fourth quarter. Patriots have the lead. They also have the football. Bourne going to go in motion right here. He'll get it here on the jet sweep. Oh, and this one may need to go back to the drawing board. He's going to be swallowed up right away. Tackle there going to Marshawn Lattimore. Here's 2nd and 7.
At the 19-yard line.
They'll drop to throw. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he's brought down. 19 yards on the pickup there, and now they'll have it 1st and goal. The passing game continues to be their friend. Even with a stable lead here in the fourth, Charles, they're going back to that well.
Yeah, with their overall philosophy, you know that they trust their quarterback. He's been able to throw it well. They continue to throw these safe passes. Who can blame him?
No gain there as he kept it himself at 2nd down.
Well, I think the effort was there, but sometimes the defense is just a little bit better. No gain on the quarterback sneak, no place to go.
They'll look to throw here. Sliding out of the pocket. And down he goes. Pressure gets him back at the 14. Multiple defenders getting to him there for a huge loss.
So they were stopped trying to run the ball on 1st down. Now they take a sack on 2nd down. The offensive coordinator's got to find a way to flip the script on the defensive coordinator because right now the defense has the advantage.
Interested to see what they dial up here. 3rd and goal with a lot of green between them and the end zone. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
That is certainly one way to frustrate a quarterback. Run those extra defenders on the field. Dime package, lots of speed, no space to fit into football.
And his kick is good. And that will extend their lead even further. Well, ultimately not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much as he's marked down officially at the 21.
On the double.
The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. It's now appearing that this losing streak is going to continue. You know, the coaching staff was confident that this was going to be the game to stem the tide, but that just has not been the case. Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he was unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
Ball on the 27. Here's a 2nd down and 4. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Escaping the pressure right. It gets this complete to Shaheed. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. That'll go as a pickup of 32 on the catch and run.
To get back in this ball game, big plays are going to be necessary. And here's one right on cue. Coming up with 3 scores here in the fourth is not going to be an easy task. But that's good work there to bite off a chunk of yards.
Here we go.
So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10.
Ready.
He'll look to throw. Room to maneuver at the 35. And finally taken down at the 30-yard line. That's over 40 yards of movement with those last two plays. Well, those are the types of plays they probably wish they had made more of in the first three quarters. And this deficit going to be tough to overcome here in the fourth. But a nice first down and a pickup on that throw.
Yeah, and this is where as coaches, you're looking for effort and execution, even though the scoreboard is going against you. You want to find out who's going to fight, who's going to scrap, who's going to keep their heads up and continue to play.
Again, it's Miller. And some determined running there as he'll pick his way down to the 12-yard line. 54 yards rushing for him now on what was his 10th carry of the ball game.
So after a run like that, I will guarantee that the head coach is saying to himself, maybe even over his headsets to the rest of the staff, where was that all game long? We needed that. That's the type of run we planned for going into the game. Didn't get much of that, but let's move it forward. Let's build on it, get ready for the next week, and let's go play.
They'll get this out to Kamara. And he takes this down to about the 2 before going out of bounds. They get 10 more there, and I believe that'll be enough for another first down at will.
Well, I can put my defensive cap on right now, and I know they're saying don't give up any big plays now. They've controlled this game throughout, and all they want to do is see it through to the end. I think they let their guard down a little bit with that last completion. Sometimes when you're trying not to give up bigger plays, you don't react as fast as you should on other throws. I think this offense, specifically this running game, they're going to have to find a way to turn the page because they haven't found a way to run it effectively thus far, and it's cost them.
Come on,
now from the 7, here's 2nd and goal.
10 cycles. Check right.
And they'll give Miller another crack. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. This likely a must-have 3rd and goal.
Ultra. Striker. 3-3. Set.
And he's got his man in stride, complete. Touchdown, Saints. A.T. Perry. A 2-yard touchdown grab. And the Saints get a bit closer. Charles, that's a pretty good response from a rookie quarterback. He's had his struggles in this game, including the interception on the last drive, but there he takes him down the field and puts it in the end zone.
I agree with everything you just said right there, and there's a silver lining to all of this, his resiliency. Because let's face it, when things are going bad and you're a youngster, they often continue to go bad. But in his mind and his actions, he said, this stops right here. And how about the positive play he just turned in?
So still lots of work left to do, but here comes the onside kick. And this is secured by the Patriots. Well, fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the...
And he's taken down here by the Saints. Colin Saunders. Give him the credit for the sack and a loss of 14 yards. When you see a quarterback retreating away from the line of scrimmage toward the other goal line like that, usually doesn't end well.
You're exactly right about that. Normally, if they're moving from side to side, they've got a chance maybe to get back upfield. He was trying to shake defenders and extend the play, but it doesn't work out very well for them at all. You need those extra yards on the other side of the line of scrimmage. Now you're digging a hole for your offense.
So in Saints territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 32-yard line. On play action, they'll throw. And he's going to go down. They get to him back at the 40. No surprise there. Chase Young wrecks that play with a sack. Well, it's been a little bit of feast or famine because he's thrown for decent yardage, and obviously they've got the lead, Charles, but now he's been sacked 4 times.
And what I'm focusing on is his toughness in the pocket. Because you mentioned the feast or famine part. He's played well in between being dumped on his back.
but every time he's had a chance to throw the football, he's been impressive.
Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on second down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. Now it looks like he'll throw here. All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. And the Saints are going to get this back to their own 34-yard line.
Well, this is something we've seen before, partner. We've seen a defense bait a rookie, pretend to leave a window open, and then the defensive back jumped it as soon as the ball was released. Big-time play. They love taking advantage of the youngsters, and in this case, it paid off well.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. And you hate to see this for them, but they're looking at yet another loss to begin. And now here is another interception. Picked up by Jonathan Jones. And he'll take this across midfield and inside the 45. Defensively that time, they were in zone coverage. As a rookie QB, what lesson can you learn there?
Well, understand this. You saw zone in college, and the defensive backs reacted, but they don't react like they do on this level. So when they're in zone and they see the ball coming to them, they'll react at least a half a second faster. You've got to know where you want to go with the ball and be decisive with it. Otherwise, the end result can be something you don't like.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Osborne. Just a gain of a couple there, and that'll make it 2nd down.
It's 2nd and 8 at the Saints' 42-yard line.
The play action fake. They'll look to throw. Open man to tight end Henry. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. A first down there on a pickup of 25.
First and 10 at the 17-yard line.
Now back to throw. This one left side caught by Gibson. And he is out of bounds, but first he gets it inside the 10 to the 7. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll leave him with a second and just a few inches left. Open man is Osborne. And he takes this down to about the 2 before going out of bounds. A 5-yard gain, and now they're set up 1st and goal. Well, that's now 4 completions in a row. A good bounce back following the interception last drive.
Certainly not letting it affect him, that's for sure. And we all know interceptions are going to happen. So the big trick, don't let it affect you going forward. Most of the good quarterbacks, they just tell the ball boy, get that one out of the rotation, give me a fresh ball, and let's go. He's got his offense moving again.
From back at the 4, here's 2nd and goal. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And he takes it in for the score on the game's final play, so it doesn't affect the outcome. Put a little whipped cream on top to their ending.
Or as our friends in Bayou Country would say, that's a little lagniappe, a little extra on top.
Charles, a lot of happy faces heading into the tunnel as this one ends, and understandably so. Not only did they get the win, but boy, their offense was on fire in this ball game.
And partner, I have no idea what the top speed is on one of those high-end sports cars. What's the top gear you can get into? This offense, they certainly were there in this one, huh? Everything clicking for them in this.